So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Foundation Evening News. Today, we'll be going over a multitude of topics, not only including Architect, SCP Worldwide, and then both servers. At the end, of course, we will be going over an out-of-character segment to talk about certain things of people's lives, or maybe events that are happening in the real world that can affect some people. Now, of course, this is not fully scripted, so stutters and mess-ups may happen, and breaking of character may happen. As we are human, I am Mako, this is Heavenly. We will mess up, it is just in our human nature. With that being said, we'll move into our first segment. I am your host, Califox. This is my co-host,
Thomas Wright. How are you doing today, gentlemen?
and we'll be kicking off this entire segment with both servers. So, to start off, as you can tell, if you are active within either SCP Architect or SCP Worldwide, a lot more collaboration events have been going on, specifically those of on-sites. Now, this has been happening mostly because members from both servers do tend to enjoy the way that Worldwide hosts more than how Architect does. While Architect does still get its own on-sites sometimes, it's a lot less frequent than us doing collaborations. We also do collaborations with off-site events. As of recent, you may have recognized that there's been Operation Foxhole that has been every now and then becoming a collaboration with Worldwide. These are planned to become even more bigger collaborations as we continue throughout the story. Architect and Worldwide has had a very strong partnership and a very good relationship between each other. We hope to do more big collaboration events sometime in the future, maybe involving some of those from based off of game entries that we like, or custom-made stuff like how Operation Dragon Force was. And both of these do tend to get good reviews, however, though. I mean, the Chernobylite event was based off of a game, and people really enjoyed it. It was a 4-day multi-day event. Operation Foxhole has lasted for a good while, spanning about a month or so. It has been a multi-month event, starting from early February. Yeah, it's been around a multi-month event, starting from early February all the way until ending sometime in late March. At least, that is the scheduled end date. Of course, conflicts in real-life issues may postpone it, or it may bring it forward. It is all up to see. We play it by ear, and we do what is best for the schedule. To go into the Worldwide segment, recently, SCP Worldwide has hit its 1-year anniversary on March 6th, 2025. This has been quite the time with Worldwide. I know I haven't been there myself for the entirety of it, but I've been there since at least fall of last year, and I can say I have enjoyed almost every second I have been within Worldwide. My co-host here has been around within that site for much longer than me, and so has a lot more experience and practice with it. If you would like to give some of your thoughts.
On this? Thank you.
Of course.
Me being here since Worldwide began, it's quite an amazing site to be a part of, and we're very glad to be allied and at least in some form of way partnership with Architect. It's great to see that we're working together and that we're advancing farther than we ever thought we would. Whenever I first joined Worldwide, I thought it would never grow. It turned into one of the biggest servers that I've ever been a part of, and I'm glad to be a part of this ride. I'm a O5 a part of it, or at least some form of council member, and well, he kind of is too. Staff member at least, somewhat, due to just the alliances. We both can agree on something. They're both great servers. They're amazing, and they do everything in their fucking power to make sure things go well. So, I'm gonna pass this back on to the host.
To continue off of the anniversary topic, with the 1-year anniversary of Worldwide, the entire server's rank structure is being redone, with multiple new departments coming soon, such as the Internal Security Administration. This is a new department that, as I've been told by my co-host here, had a operation just last night. A very good operation. I have high hopes for this. and I cannot wait to see more of it in the future. I know
We
that
do
a lot
have,
of other...
talk about that
Go on.
operation, if you must. We do have a little bit of info about that.
We'll hear about that once we're done with just this part right here. With the multiple departments, not only the Internal Security Administration, but the Department of, can you remind me what it was? Was it the internal... It was something the internal departments, and it features Ryza, Sarka,
Yes, the internal...
IA...
The internal... That actually, I'm pretty sure involves the internal security, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
They just smashed it all into one because it was too much to do segmented, and it works way better.
It's a lot more complex to have them all be separate. So, putting them together seemed to be the best way, and as of this, it has been done. If you would like to tell them about the operation, you may.
Yes. So, the ISA conducted an operation last night dealing with a council's cabinet member. From what we know, it is Dash 7's. Dash 7's cabinet member had caused many occurrences on site that were deemed suspicious, and the ISA were involved into investigating what had happened. We have stories of security and TRT units being involved in the scene. We have a first officer that has given us a list of what has happened. He is said to be going into the heavy containment sector and not raising the elevator. The heavy containment sector was closed at that moment. From what we know, everything is alright and security measures are back to full protocol. Dash 7's cabinet member was found dead. We have more on that later. Gally.
Within Worldwide, a new project has formed. One based around the Tahoni's Proposal, a short film initiated by the owner Thillo and Zach, or the co-owner Thillo and the owner Zach the Fur, has started between a collaboration of sorts between Worldwide and Architect to record this short film. It is going to start being recorded and filled within the coming week or two, with chances for people within both servers to be actors, as people will not be specified roles, except for about 4 or 5 will have designated roles, somewhere around that, yeah, somewhere around that. Every other role, such as playing the actual person that Tahoni's Proposal is about, playing the O5, playing the security guards, certain janitorial, etc., those will be relegated to members of both servers. To continue a little bit more on from what my co-host was talking about, a former O5-7 cabinet member was found shot dead in the snow outside Complex Lambda. Of course, he already talked about this. In other news, within Worldwide, O5 applications are currently being reviewed. The current applicants, from what I have been disclosed of, is Zach Mann, Who's That Guy, and LJ. I am unaware of any other people.
There was also,
Was LJ on
pretty
that?
sure, 2 more. Yes, LJ was there. We had 2 more as well. Pretty sure it was Eclipse and Matt, who is the current site director
Yes.
at Complex Lambda.
Yes, it was those two. I forgot about them.
It is okay.
These applicants are currently being reviewed, and the questions are being revised by current members of the O5 Council, with a meeting happening here shortly to determine who gets in. Count your lucky stars. I know who I'm voting for. Worldwide has moved to the map, into the world, Complex Lambda, made by Crichton. Now, in the past, Worldwide has used quite a few different sites. Area 12, Site 19, from what I was told, Site 97 for a short period, and Site 105 for a short period.
Indeed.
While all these sites did prove to have their own pros and cons, the only real big issue there is with Complex Lambda is how big it is. But of course, with the amount of people and the amount of collaboration on sites we have been hosting, this doesn't seem to be a big problem. Thank you, Crichton, and we appreciate your work, both at Architect and Worldwide. I know you know them more, but we still wish to show our appreciation. Thank you for the work you do. Speaking of Complex Lambda, the heavy containment sector recently got finished. So, if you have access to the map, it is in your favorites, or you have some free time, I'd recommend going around trying to study the route, as it may prove useful to your duties. Now, onto the SCP Architect segments. A lot of these revolve around a very specific GOI, one that has been of primary focus for quite a little while. Foxhound Special Forces Command Group. Recently, we were on an operation that led to a meetup with a UIU co-worker. One known Sam Fisher. Now, a few of you may know him from beforehand, or from other things. He's quite famous, quite well known. But that doesn't make him a really easy spy. That just makes him all the more scarier. Sam Fisher had given us information focused around a few of the commanders, that way we are able to wrap up this operation swiftly and cleanly. The Taser Commander, the Bastion, is scheduled to be killed tomorrow, as of March 16th. We have lured him to a base. One base that we found was a form of headquarters, a foreign headquarters. More on that one later. Following the Bastion, the Wolf will be next, the Sniper Commander. We are aware that he has a wife and is currently having an affair, of which we are able to use this as a leverage against him, and lure him to areas of which will make it easier to assassinate him, or interrogation. After this, we aim to kill the Bulldozer Commander, the House. The de facto lead of the small militia that is the commanders of the Foxhound unit. We believe that killing him is a high priority. As we kill him, we can move on and finally stop everything. Primarily killing the CEO. In an operation that happened recently, we had an infiltration go on of said base for the Bastion. The body cams were destroyed on said members, but the trackers were not taken out. We know where this base is, but we cannot fully locate it. We know what it looks like, but we can't find the outside. We only have segments of the inside. Now, while this may seem technically impossible, it very much is, and is the unfortunate circumstance of which we are in right now. 5 members, 5 soldiers, MTF units, all part of the Site 97 crew, were murdered, with one of them being kidnapped. This one is named Ghost. We have lost contact with him, and we do not know where he is. Every other member there had been killed. Specifically, we have a few photos, of which, by the time that this is aired, we will be able to have those on screen. If not, oh well. One of the members, Garrick, had his head pulled back by the Bastion and slammed into the ceramic plating that covered that bathroom. Brutality at its finest. We want them gone, and we would like them dead. For they have proved nothing but to be a nuisance, only ruining our day-to-day lives. Now, in my opinion, right, I feel like this is kind of a Vietnam War stance. This is not our war. We should not be involved in it. The UIU's supposed to be doing this.
Indeed. I kind of agree with you there. Well, you never know. We always like to stick our noses into stuff, but, you know, maybe there's something to deal with, helping out humanity more than anything. But, you know, we can't really say much about that. We don't really have the choice to change that.
Good point. It's a very good argument. The base was told us, we found out where the base is. Sam Fisher told us. He'd gathered information. That's all we know about the three commanders, Bastion, Wolf, and House. The base is in Austria. Tomorrow, a unit will be dispatched out there. In other news for SCP Architect, the TextRP segments have been revamped. Site 97 has gained a lot more channels for a lot more explicit areas, such as someone no longer says they're in the research labs. They can just be there. We have a channel for that now. We have channels for the research labs, for the entrance area, for cafeteria. The barracks is obviously still there. Administration, etc., etc. So far, this has proved favorable, and some people have liked this. So, we are going to keep it this way. Until, or if anyone speaks out about it, then we will take their opinion into consideration, but there's no guarantee change may happen. For other stuff, Architect has kind of gotten a form of revamp for a lot of its server mechanics. We've changed out a few text channels for more forms. The MTF channels have been put into one big MTF channel. We've rearranged some other channels, moving them to areas that would be more favorable. We've updated certain areas, and we've recently added a role request. This is where if you feel you are eligible to be promoted, and or you are eligible for a security, or not security, but for a certification, you may go there, you may put your username, put down what certification you want, and or what rank you are trying to get, what your previous rank is for the latter of the two, and your VRC. Really simple. Hopefully people can follow this easily enough. There's actually, speaking of the TextRP, there's been a scandal recently. Inferno, a robotic dog, has recently been discovered to be made of Tetrium. Or at least has claimed to be made of Tetrium. Now, the creator of this dog did not get permission to do this. He did not have permission. He was not allowed. He didn't talk to anyone about it. That is what I have been told, and I am simply relaying the same message to you. Remember, if you're going to do something with a character, you always want to talk to the person who created something first. Say if I wanted to make a character, right? And this was the director of the ISD. I wouldn't say, hey, I'm going to make a character, and you can't do anything about it. I wouldn't go, hey, here's the ISD character, I'm going to use him before you can even look him over and approve him. No. You'd want the permission of him. I would say, hey, here's my ISD character. Am I able to get it approved or denied?
Get it approved. We looked over it, it looks great.
And that's all it takes. So remember, if you're going to make something, and it's going to involve something that someone else made, it's always good to talk to them first, as they may have a differing opinion about it.
Communication is key, people. Use it.
It's also key for relationships. I know a few of you are struggling.
We know how you guys are. Oh,
Yep.
man.
Somebody
I am so sorry, people. Anyways.
Sorry. So, before we continue on to the last segment of the news, I would like to say that please be on the lookout for this man. Here's a police sketch of him. He's a reported serial killer still at large, with killing several Why does that look like me?
Something you're not telling me.
No, I'm telling you everything.
Is there?
I'm telling you, hey, I didn't, hey. I would like
You
to
know who
say,
I am.
I am not a killer. I know who you are. You're Thomas Wright. I have not killed anybody. I have never killed anybody. I barely know how to operate a firearm.
Yeah, we got another one. I want ISA agents sent out now.
Fuck!
I'm sorry, I had to do it to you. You're under investigation now.
God damn it!
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
You got me.
Hey, listen.
you
I'm just doing my job.
I'm gonna
Anyway,
get my teeth kicked in after this, aren't I?
we're gonna take you to a black box.
Fuck! Fuck, son of a bitch. Okay. So, to continue on to the last segment, this will be a out of character segment, one where we talk explicitly about out of character stuff. Mostly things that may affect certain people or about certain people. So, as of recently, March 3rd was the birthday of one of our staff one of our staff members. Some of you may know them by the name of Active Cannibal, or by the name of Carton, or Silver, or whatever you know them as. Even though it is no longer March 3rd, remember to wish them a happy birthday. Wasn't it also someone else's birthday? Around here?
I'm trying to think. I know my sister's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday to your sister.
Thank you. I'm trying to think. I think it is someone else's birthday. There was someone else's birthday, but we do not remember.
Yes, and we're sorry to that, but we know someone else's birthday in the month of March. So, apologies for that.
But once again, from the Foundation Evening News, thank you, Silver, and happy birthday for everything.
Yep. We appreciate you for revamping the server, and for all that you've done for us currently. So, if you live within the state of Arizona, or an area nearby El Paso, Texas, or maybe somewhere in New Mexico, I don't really know anyone there, we recently got a really bad haboob. One that completely shrouded vision. It was almost impossible to see out there. My brother told me, and I know that around this time, Virtual had also been going through a similar dust storm as it was starting to kick up orange for him. So even if it wasn't a multiple state dust storm, it is still advised that you try to, be wary and keep a good watch on yourself. If you're ever in a dust storm and you are driving, you turn off that car and you leave your keys in the car. You don't touch anything, you just pull over and you just sit there. Wait it out. Now, the official state regulation tells you to take your keys and throw them bitches out the window, but that's kind of stupid. That's an official state regulation.
I know.
That's an actual state regulation.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty nuts. Can I add on to this weather situation here that you guys have been having?
Go for it.
Well, that's been going on
Go for it.
on the West Coast, over here on the East Coast. So listen, everyone that is over here in this area from the North Carolina state, or as we know as the Bible chain, please be on the lookout for you are in the Dixie Alley area. Dixie Alley, Tornado Alley. This is going to be one of the worst years that we're going to have of storms. Please, be safe. If you see something, say something. If there's a tornado watch, please seek shelter. This has so far been a horrible year, already with 5 tornado touchdowns, 1 being an EF5. The town has already gotten rough. If you are in danger, please follow your local law enforcement and follow your local state law regulations. We have never seen storms like this since 2010 and 2011. It's a very serious time, and this may affect RP and other things as well.
Remember that your own life takes a lot more value over a stupid fucking online game. Like when Heavenly was going through, was it Hurricane Helen? It was Helen,
We had
right?
Hurricane Helene go through here. Helene, yep.
Helene.
Horrible.
It was Helene.
We're still cleaning up.
Yep. You know, actually, fun fact about that: disaster relief from the Biden and Trump administration got canceled. So y'all can go fuck yourselves, I guess.
FEMA is not a thing anymore, but you know we can't really call it. We can't.
Is that?
politics.
It's
We're
not a thing
going to.
anymore.
FEMA is. It's just not funded much.
okay.
I-40. I would
So
like
it's
to
the
say
Department
something
of
here.
Education.
Up in Western North Carolina, if you go from I-40, Interstate 40, if you ever travel through here, please be careful, but do take pictures. The river completely washed out Interstate 40. So if you can, we do have pictures. It is horrible. There is nothing left. There's nothing left of multiple towns over here. So we do beg that you come and visit because we need the tourism for the money. It's fucking horrible over here. We need it. Please, we beg. Make sure that everyone is okay. Tennessee's not doing too well either. So yeah, if you got anyone in Tennessee that lives in, you know, that part of the area and they do RPs, make sure that they're okay because we're still finding people that are dead. They'd yeah.
Good lord.
Yep,
Holy
there's
fuck.
bodies that just float down rivers and we'll just find them.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Over in Lake Lure, there was just bodies decaying because they couldn't get the bodies out and it just smelled.
God damn.
It's bad over here.
If you live within the middle of Arizona or more southern Arizona, temperatures are looking like they're supposed to drop a little bit more. As yesterday, at least around the area of which I live, it was 40 degrees around the
Good
middle of the
lord.
day. Yes. If you ever think that Arizona gets really hot, remember that the desert gets really cold. Because it's the desert.
Yep.
So, it's the desert.
Over here,
we're going to be moving
temperatures
in.
are, raising. Actually, they're rising
Yeah.
quite a lot.
The desert gets very cold. Okay, so we are going to start moving into spring and more into summer. As of now, it's a lot of us are on spring break by now. As it is the 15th currently, as of time of airing this. Temperatures are sure to rise, and so remember to stay hydrated and make sure you always have water. And make sure you have your AC ready. It gets hot. Gets very
Your
hot.
allergy medicine as well. Holy man, it gets real bad out here whenever that pollen gets here.
I forgot about that.
Yep. Also, athletes, make sure that you have everything you need because be ready for these temperature drops. It could be hot as hell one day, and cold as shit the next. So, like he was
There goes-
saying, be ready.
That goes the same for Arizona. It is going to be 120 degrees from what it looks like in the summer for about 4 months. We're cooked. We're cooked. We're cooked. So, for the most part, this will conclude today's episode of the Foundation Evening News. We are sorry for our hiatus. However, there's not exactly been a lot to report on, and we have also been dealing with other stuff such as IRL stuff and events. But we hope that nonetheless you are enjoying your time in both servers. We advocate for a very welcoming and friendly community, friendly in which the way of boys are talking shit to you and then saying that they're gonna make out with you.
Just like
go
the saying
fuck
in
yourself. You
Architect,
want to make out?
but there is no. Come here, Pookie. Come here. Anyways, like we say in Architect, there are no women. There are no women in Architect.
Yep,
No women.
they don't exist.
Don't
They
exist. If they do, we arrest them.
Especially, you know, with how some of the women with how some of the women that are in Architect look, they might as well be a man.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This guy is saying so much. But anyways, like we said, this will practically conclude the Foundation Evening News. I am your co-host, Thomas Wright, and this is my host,
Callie Fox.
and we wish you a great evening.
Oh, and one last thing, Deftones added 12 North American tour dates.
Yep, I'm going to one. Yep. Yep.
Wait,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm fucking. I quit. Fuck you! Suck my dick. Fuck you! You better get a goddamn video. I want to see that shit. I want to fucking see that shit. You better get a goddamn video. I want to fucking see that. I love Deftones. All right. Have a very nice night or evening.
We wish you
And if I
happy,
don't see
and
you-
if we don't see you, have a good evening, have a good morning, a good evening, and a good night.